I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, well, y'all, let's talk about it because Queen Sheba did a live last night. Melody popped up in there to basically let us know she done canceled Melicon, and everybody got a lot of thoughts and opinions and views on it, so I was gonna talk about it because some people might try to throw me in the bunch and in the pack that be beefing and doing too much, etc., and I won't let it slide, but if you think that, I don't give a fuck either. But I do want to start off on more of a positive note, and one of those notes are letting y'all know that I am going to be who I am. I now have merch that says "By Ho." Despite whether that's something that you are into or not, I now have a brand. If my brand is a bit too vulgar for you, then I totally understand that as far as the subscribers go, and you should go ahead and click your way off because I'm only going to be myself. I'm not going to try to fake the funk, and I'm not going to try to be anything or anyone other than who I am. And I know some of you guys seem to think that I should stop cussing on my platform and I should do certain things on my platform so I can align better with Melody. And y'all don't know if I align or don't align with Mel. I wanted to create this video to make things very clear. You can be a melometer and still be your own person. I believe her point when she got into the comment section of Queen Sheba's live was to basically say, be yourself and it doesn't require all of this beef, all of the negativity, etc. Because there's a lot of chaos and confusion behind people playing themselves out to be a part of her fan base. So ultimately, I understand her point. But my point to y'all, the subscribers, I can be a part of her fan base and still curse. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Y'all better not get in my comment section talking about I should tone it down and not curse and not say this and not say that. Because if you feel that way, then maybe you should put me in the category of a late night adult show. And only turn my YouTube channel on after 12 a.m. But in the name of Melody Cherie, she letting the YouTube streets know she ain't doing no Melicon because it's too divided within the content creators in this space, and I totally understand that. So one of the comments she says, y'all just don't know all the convos that happen trying to dog y'all out, and I'm standing there by myself defending y'all, and we can't be divided amongst ourselves, and I totally agree. But I also believe that people have to be accountable for the things that they do, and if people continue to do shit on YouTube and not be held accountable for it, this is going to continue to happen. For example, Cuckoo for Coke Puffs clearly didn't hold herself accountable. I showed you guys proof. I gave you guys evidence. And rather than her acknowledging my very issues and my opinions, she deflected, blamed me. I told me what I should have did, told me how I should have felt, told me how I should have responded, which in my opinion lets me know that this is going to happen again because she is not accountable or has held herself accountable. Neither has anyone else. Nor do I feel like that's Queen Sheba's responsibility. But I rock with y'all because y'all was holding it down in the chat. And I know some of you guys wanted me to go up there and say something, but that's the power of speaking your piece and knowing that you right and knowing that you didn't do anything wrong. Because even if I have to stand alone, I did nothing wrong. I was completely right in this situation. And sometimes people just don't like confrontation, so they expect others to just be able to sweep things under the rug. And me personally, I'm just not one of those type of people. You can't do something to me and think that I'm just going to move on without you actually acknowledging what the issue is, being accountable for it, and then moving differently. And I think that is the difference, because I see content creators addressing the issue, but some of them are not actually being accountable for the role that they have played in some of these issues. Some people could even say, well, what about yourself? Name me a time where I have been wrong and we'll look into it on a live and I'll let y'all hold me accountable for it. But I genuinely think anything that I've ever done on YouTube pertaining to having a beef with another content creator, I wasn't wrong on any occasion. Now, I do want to go ahead and address this before I read all of the comments that Melody put in the chat pertaining to Melicon and us getting our shit together. And that's the clear elephant in the room, Journey to Jasmine and Queen Sheba. Now, I'm going to address this because a lot of people DM me about this, so I know this is going to be a talking point under this comment section. But yes, I've held my friend accountable for her actions and the role that she played in last night's conversation. And I wish not to discuss it further with you all over here on this platform. But understand, when I speak about accountability, I'm talking about across the board. And a lot of you guys felt like Journey to Jasmine's approach to Queen Sheba was disrespectful. And what I'll say to that is I do disagree with the way it started. And you guys have never seen me initiate a conversation like that on anyone's platform, mainly because I wouldn't. And how I speak on my platform is one way, but you guys could test this. Anytime I've ever had an issue to where I had to speak on another content creator's platform, I always humbled myself to have the conversation. So I say that to say, I think my friend is heavily misunderstood and she did make a mistake, and she has held herself accountable. We have held her accountable. And I believe you guys are going to see her operating in a better space. And believe it or not, I'm rooting for peace and healing across the board when it comes to this sector or just amongst people as a whole. But I want there to be peace, respect, boundaries, and understanding. If a person does not like you, respect them and respect their boundaries. That is not a green light for you to go attacking them and trying to intrude their spaces. And I have always and will always stand for that. I'm disappointed in Melicon being canceled because I believe although there have been content creator beef, etc., MELOMETERS have continued to display themselves or showcase themselves to be professional, forward-thinking, kind, gracious people. I've explained to you guys that I've met MELOMETERS that wasn't necessarily fond of me, but they didn't go out of their way to disrespect me. Now, granted, they maybe have went out of their way to let it be known that they don't want to approach me or hug me, etc., and there were boundaries respected based on that, because people have the right to not like me based on the type of content that I produce. So I mentioned that to say that there is never going to be a space where everybody get along. And I don't believe there is ever going to be a space where people aren't going to agree to disagree or even have arguments. But what I do believe is, outside of the content creators believing that they have to protect their brand or channels, etc., from what I've experienced, they have always respected boundaries. If we have addressed each other on social media and didn't like each other and even come to a wrath or a butting of the heads, there was still always a mutual boundary that was respected. And maybe Melody is in fear that that is not something that has been established. So I say that to say MELOMETERS have always been able to coexist in the same room. And what we see on social media has everything to do with people's egos in their branding. And maybe because it hasn't been done on such a large scale, she didn't really know what to expect. There can be multiple things coming into play when it comes to this again. I'm sure there are people laughing and hoping and praying that it continues to be this much confusion and chaos behind the scenes. But I've also witnessed people full of excitement and joy surrounding the cause in the midst of it. And I've also seen how they carry themselves on social media. And it's like flicking that light switch on or using your customer service voice. But Melody said, and since this convo is happening, let me say this. I'm continuously asked about Melicon. I chose to put it on hold because all of the division and bickering. Now y'all know. She also says, how much longer are we going to give them exactly what they want? Then the entire purpose and the mission is void because I'm left fighting alone. She also says being emotionally intelligent is so important. Don't be so quick to let your emotions come out. Sometimes you have to sit down, breathe, and I can tell you firsthand blessings come in that. And I absolutely agree, because when I first listened to that video that Cuckoo for Coke Puffs made, I'm telling you, I was about to go live and blow a gasket, but I turned a negative into a positive and created an entire merch and humbled myself enough to get my point across to let you guys know that I wasn't just making stuff up. She also said Melicon can't happen until people become more unified. She also said it's not easy for me because there's so much I could say. Says could have been said, but I hold my tongue and I let God handle the battle. It works. I pray that everyone moves forward. She also says, y'all don't even know how I'm boots on the ground defending in every convo that happens out here, but it's all in vain if y'all keep giving them stuff to bring up. She also says, and yes, I had already paid my event planner, and yes, we spent hours, days planning, but I said, no, I'll take a loss before we do this. So let's move forward and get back to positivity and fun. Y'all got me tearing up. And I would say this, as far as moving forward, I am willing to move forward and not mention Cuckoo for Coke Puffs as long as she don't mention me. I already told y'all I don't mention Megamon no more. Even though she was in the comment section saying she'll do anything to make Melicon happen. If that's really the truth, if you really feel like that, then you should apologize to me because you was dead ass wrong. But I know that people really don't feel that way, and it's all about egos and views. People really feel like they have been on this platform longer than others, and that's why they feel like they can sun other people. And until people are really real about their emotions, I feel like this is something that is going to continue to happen. So in my opinion, because people still know how to act and carry themselves in public, whether they like each other or not on social media, I think that it could still happen, but it wouldn't really matter what I think because it's not me. So to show my support, when it comes to drama, we're gonna Hobie gone it all year. Hobie gone away from me with all of this drama because we can't keep doing this. And I'm walking up on 20,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate each and every last one of you guys that have always supported me, that understands the overall message that I try to relay. Whether I curse or not, y'all know I have a good heart. I'm pure to this and have always been genuine. So when drama arises, the new slogan is Hobie gone away from me with all this drama. And let's stop using other content creators for clickbait, and let's just stay focused on the reality stars and the drama that we're actually talking about, because nobody is interested in content creator drama, beef, or life. But if you guys got a clickbait, rockin' body, booty, personality, whatever it is, we do got some clickbait merch available at www.h4ht.com. Let's drop all of the drama and let's move on and pick up the pieces where we left off. And everybody remember, don't start none, won't be none. Don't be out here saying content creators' names if it's not in a positive way, especially if you've never really supported them or said anything positive about them. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all, boo.
Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't be replaced.
It's not in the case of anybody.
That's why I'm mine. I spend my life